stiletto nails are usually pointed and going straight, but there's a different style of stiletto nails when they're going downwards, like a cat claws. I really wanted to try this shape, and now I think is the perfect time because Halloween is just around the corner. So I will do this shape with vampire nails.
Hello guys, this is Anastasia. I already did the prep. Now we apply dehydrator, non-acid primer. I already fit the form. And then we also need to apply base coat and cure it in LED for 30 seconds. For this nail art, I'm going to use a product I haven't used for quite a while, which is semi-transparent black Polygel. I will apply it right on the form and will use it to build the entire nail. The reason I didn't use this color much because it is quite transparent, but I think this is exactly what we need for this design. When working with Polygel and you're using regular forms, do not forget that the brush is going to stick to the product, so make sure to use whether a special Polygel liquid, sometimes it comes in the Polygel kits, or you can also use alcohol. At the same time, try to keep the balance and do not overuse it either, because if you will take too much liquid, the product may not adhere to the nail very well. Just make sure that you use a little amount, enough for the brush to be slightly wet, so it's not going to stick to the surface of the nail product. Also, I think Polygel is the perfect product if you're just getting started, because it's not going to cure like acrylic until you place it in the lamp, and it gives you enough time to build what you're going to do. Then we cure it for 1 minute in LED, and then I'm going to use a clear builder gel to finish the sculpting. And yes, you can definitely combine Polygel, builder gel, hard gel. They all work perfectly together. My idea for this design is to build it using two colors, black and red. But unfortunately, I don't have a jelly red builder gel. That's why I'm using a clear one, and I'm going to add a jelly red later. Using builder gel for designs like this is very convenient because if you accidentally didn't apply enough product in some areas, you can easily fill it in right now. But keep in mind that if you have a thin and sensitive nail plate, using clear product may increase the chance of having heat spikes. So maybe you should consider using nude or pink colors. Usually they do not burn as much. This nail sculpting process was surprisingly fast. Honestly, I thought it's going to take me longer, but wait, we also need to finish the shape and then add the color. So first I'm trying to file and shape them like I would normally do with regular stilettos. Actually, at this point, they do look like normal stiletto nails. I even started to doubt myself, would it be even possible to carve the shape that I'm planning? Because I intentionally fit the form more downwards than I normally do for stilettos, but now I'm just wondering if it was enough. Will I have enough product there to build this sidewalls entirely? Well, we're going to know soon. First, we need to file and shape the surface of the nail and the sidewall so they will be all on point. Every year I was trying to get myself a set of nails for Halloween, and for some reason I always did it almost last minute. And then you have these Halloween themed nails, and the next day basically everyone forgets about Halloween and everything is already decorated for Christmas. So then it feels weird having nails with these skulls or something. Hopefully this year I will be able to do it differently and have them like a couple weeks in advance while we all have these Halloween decorations everywhere, and I think this way it's going to be better. Yes, it took me more than 30 years to finally realize it. Let me know, guys, what do you usually do? Do you do your Halloween nails in advance or last minute, just like me? At this point I got a little nervous because it looks like my plan is not really working out, because vampire nails supposed to be super sharp and pointy, and these are not that sharp, so probably I will need to do a little bit more filing. But since we're going to file sidewalls more than usual, maybe it's okay, so I'm just trying to narrow them down as much as possible. And whenever you do it, focus on filing the free edge area and do not file them too high where the natural nail bed is, because we definitely never ever want to destroy natural nail sidewalls, only the product. Here comes this moment. I'm using carbide bead with blue abrasive mark and filing this curve on this sidewall. It feels so weird and honestly so wrong, because it really represents a very typical mistake that most of my students do when they're learning how to do nail sculpting. So they see that the nail looks a bit bulky or wide, and they try to file down the sidewalls in order to fix that, and that is completely wrong. Normally you need to file down the excess product from the top first, and then you will see that the sidewalls are actually supposed to stay where they are. But since we are doing this non-standard shape, I guess it's fine. Then I realized that it's way much easier to do it like this. We simply turn the hand around, palm facing upwards, and file it like this with the carbide bit. This way I'm filing the sidewalls 2 at a time, and this is how I'm going to guarantee that they're going to have an identical curve. They do look like a claws actually. And finally, we need to use a jelly red color, which, believe it or not, I also happen to not have at the moment. So I mixed it myself. I just took the most transparent red in my collection that I have and mixed it with clear. And then I realized that maybe it's even better this way, because it's not super evenly mixed. That's what probably is going to make it a bit more bloody-like, like realistic blood. So then I take a detailer brush to get closer to the cuticle and to the sidewalls. First I was going to cover the entire nail with red, but then I realized that black is so transparent, it's actually going to cover it, so it's going to look much better if we do a color fade. I am so nervous because it looks nothing like what I was planning at this point, and usually when you seal it with a glossy top coat, you will see the final outcome and realize whether it's going to look fantastic or it's going to be a complete disaster, and we're going to figure out it in a couple minutes. Doing ombre with these colors is so easy, so if you ever wanted to do red and black, these are quite challenging colors to blend to do an ombre, but if you use the jelly colors, that's a completely different story. And finally, moment of truth, we are going to seal them with a glossy top coat. Oh my god, I don't even know how I feel about them, because at this point they don't really look like claws to me, more like a deformed, slightly overfiled, sharp stiletto nails. So I decided to build the structure with a top coat too, to add a little bit more volume on the apex area. And yes, you can do this as long as you're using thick consistency top coats. Cure for 1 minute in LED, and this is what we have. At first I thought they don't really look any different than stilettos, but once we see the side view, this is where we can definitely tell this difference of the shape. Let me guys know, what do you think about creative shapes like this, and what kind of set are you getting for this Halloween? Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because I'm going to post new tutorials every week. See you in my next one. Goodbye.